Welcome to Augmented Voices, everybody. You gave us a whole stack of AI articles this week, so today we're diving deep into AI.
Extracting the good stuff, the trends, the developments, even a crazy story about AI and cryptocurrency. Buckle up.
Sounds fascinating. Ready when you are.
Well, let's kick things off with OpenAI.
Right.
Kevin Weil, their chief product officer, he's making some pretty bold claims about their O1 reasoning model. Says it's advancing way faster than anything we've seen before.
Yeah, I saw that. He seems really confident that their model is leaving the traditional ones in the dust. What's their secret sauce?
Constant refinement, apparently. They're pushing these models to their limits, exploring every nook and cranny.
He said, by the time competitors catch up, we aim to be 3 steps ahead. That's a pretty bold statement, don't you think?
Definitely ambitious. But they're not just tweaking old models, they're completely rethinking the architecture, the training methods. It's a whole new ballgame.
So how are businesses and individuals supposed to keep up with this breakneck pace?
It's a good question. Becoming an expert in every AI domain might not be realistic for everyone. But there are transferable skills that can help.
Okay, like what?
Prompting, for instance.
Prompting.
Yeah, learning how to talk to these AI models in a way they understand. It's like mastering a new language.
Each AI model has its own dialect.
Exactly. It has its own nuances, quirks you got to learn to navigate. So it's not just about staying updated on the latest model releases. It's about mastering the art of communication with AI.
Interesting. It's like AI fluency is becoming essential.
Right. And that's going to be crucial as AI keeps evolving. Now, let's switch gears to Microsoft. They just made a giant leap into autonomous agents.
Satya Nadella really dropped a bombshell with that announcement.
Totally unexpected, adding those agent capabilities to their Microsoft Copilot suite way ahead of schedule.
It was a surprise.
And they're not just talking about it. They've already got 10 pre-built agents for Dynamics 365, including one specifically for sales qualification.
Wow. That's huge. Just imagine all those tedious tasks being automated. Human teams can finally focus on strategy and creativity.
Exactly. Think about the potential for efficiency. It's like giving every employee a team of super efficient digital assistants.
But are there concerns about the ethical implications of giving AI more decision-making power?
Of course, it's something we have to consider carefully. As these agentic networks grow, we need to think about human oversight and governance. Can't let things run wild.
It all sounds a bit like a sci-fi movie sometimes.
Right. But it's the reality we're heading towards. Now let's dive into another intriguing area that both OpenAI and Microsoft are exploring: recursive AI.
Recursive AI. What in the world is that?
Basically, AI that can improve itself. It trains on its own output, constantly learning and evolving. It's like an artist continuously refining their technique by studying their own work.
Fascinating. So the AI is teaching itself. That's both amazing and a little unsettling.
I know, right? It ties into this concept called the triple helix of AI development, the synergy between computing power, data, and algorithms. And all three are advancing rapidly.
Feeding off each other, pushing AI forward in an incredible pace. But couldn't this lead to an AI black hole situation?
You mean where AI primarily trains on AI-generated data and the quality starts to decline?
Exactly, like a photocopy of a photocopy. Each generation gets a little more blurry, a little further from the original.
It's a valid concern. If AI primarily trains on data created by other AI, we risk homogeneity and a lack of originality.
So how do we keep AI grounded in the real world and prevent it from getting trapped in its own echo chamber?
It's a tough question, but there are things we can do, even in your everyday interactions with AI. By encouraging it to explore different solutions, you're contributing to its learning. You're helping it avoid that echo chamber.
So we're not just passive consumers of AI, we can actually shape its evolution.
Exactly. Our interactions, big or small, contribute to the data AI learns from.
That's a cool way to think about it. Speaking of adaptation, remember how everyone thought AI image generators would be the death of Adobe?
Yeah. It's remarkable how they've not only survived, but thrived by integrating AI into their products.
They even released Firefly Video, a text-to-video product that's commercially safe.
Smart move, considering all the copyright issues surrounding AI-generated content. They're showing they're thinking ahead.
And their generative fill feature in Photoshop, people love it.
Totally. AI is enhancing existing tools, making them even more powerful and user-friendly.
It's proof that instead of fearing the AI wave, we should learn to ride it.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about a curveball. Have you heard about the AI-powered meme coin frenzy?
Oh yeah, that was wild. And AI created so much hype around this new cryptocurrency, building a whole community around it.
It's insane how AI can influence market trends and even create cultural movements.
The coin's market cap hit $400 million.
But then a single typo in the AI's output.
Yeah, the value plummeted by 50%. A stark reminder that even sophisticated AI can make mistakes.
It raises all sorts of questions about manipulation and transparency in AI-driven financial systems.
You know what? We've covered so much already. It's mind-blowing. From reasoning models and autonomous agents to recursive learning and even AI-generated crypto.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Well, listeners, get ready for part 2. This AI adventure is just getting started.
AI is everywhere these days. Reasoning models, autonomous agents, all this new tech is rapidly becoming part of our lives.
Yeah, it's exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. How are we supposed to keep up with all these developments?
Well, instead of getting bogged down in every single new model or update, focus on the core principles.
Like learning to speak AI.
Exactly. Mastering the art of prompting, understanding how these models work, their strengths, their limitations, and how to get the best out of them.
So build a strong foundation instead of chasing every shiny new AI gadget.
Right. And remember, you're not alone in this. There are tons of resources, online courses, AI communities. Everyone's eager to share what they know.
Speaking of learning from others, what about companies that are succeeding in this new AI world? We talked about OpenAI and Microsoft, but who else is doing interesting things?
Well, Adobe is a great example. Remember how everyone thought AI image generators would destroy them?
Yeah, it's amazing how they turn things around. They saw the AI wave coming and hopped right on.
Exactly. Instead of resisting change, they embraced it and integrated AI into their products.
Firefly Video, their text-to-video product, that's a great example. And the generative fill in Photoshop.
Totally. They're not just keeping up, they're innovating and setting new standards.
It's inspiring to see companies adapt and thrive in this new landscape.
They're also being smart about the legal and ethical aspects, focusing on copyright-compliant content for training, thinking ahead.
Okay, so we got established companies like Adobe finding their footing in the AI world. What about startups and smaller players? Anything exciting happening there?
Autonomous agents are a big one. We touched on Microsoft's work, but lots of companies are exploring fascinating applications.
Everyone's talking about agents these days. What exactly are they and why all the hype?
Think of them as highly specialized AI programs designed to perform specific tasks or achieve certain goals. Automating complex processes, gathering information, even interacting with other systems and humans on your behalf.
Like digital assistants on steroids.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They're tackling things that used to require human intelligence, and they're constantly learning and improving.
Sounds powerful, but also makes you wonder about the impact on jobs. If AI can do so much, what will be left for humans?
It's a valid concern. Some jobs will definitely be automated, but it'll also lead to new roles and a reshaping of existing ones.
So it's not humans versus AI, it's more about finding ways to work together effectively.
Exactly. Harnessing the strengths of both to achieve things that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
So what are some concrete examples of how these autonomous agents are being used? Are we talking futuristic concepts or real-world applications?
It's a mix of both. We're seeing early adoption in customer service, where agents handle basic inquiries and free up human reps to focus on more complex cases.
Like those chatbots we see on websites.
Yeah, those are a primitive form of autonomous agents, but the technology is advancing quickly, and we're seeing much more sophisticated agents capable of handling a wider range of tasks.
Any other industries where they're poised to make a big splash?
Marketing is another area ripe for disruption. Imagine agents analyzing tons of data to identify potential customers, personalize messages, even manage entire ad campaigns.
That sounds like every marketer's dream come true.
And it goes beyond that. We're seeing early applications in scientific research, agents helping analyze data, run simulations, even design experiments.
The possibilities seem endless, but with all this rapid innovation, it's tough to keep up. Any advice for our listeners on staying ahead of the curve?
Remember, learning's an ongoing process, especially in AI. Don't be afraid to experiment with new tools, explore different approaches, and connect with others who are on the same journey.
So embrace the learning curve and dive in head first.
Exactly, and there are tons of resources available to help you along the way.
Where should we even begin? There's so much information out there, it can be overwhelming.
Start with your interests and needs. What problems are you trying to solve? What goals are you trying to achieve? Once you have a clear objective, then explore the tools and resources that are relevant to you.
So be strategic and focused. Don't try to learn everything at once.
Exactly. Focus on what matters most to you.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the tech, but what about the human side? What are the ethical considerations as AI evolves?
That's a crucial question. As AI becomes more powerful and integrated into our lives, we need to be mindful of its impact on society, the good and the bad.
Like with that meme coin story, AI's ability to influence markets and create cultural movements raised some red flags.
Exactly. We can't get so caught up in the excitement that we forget about potential consequences.
It's not just about building smarter AI, it's about building responsible AI. How do we make sure that happens?
That's the big question. We need open and honest conversations about AI ethics, involving not just tech people and policymakers, but everyone.
So we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. The choices we make today will determine the world we live in tomorrow.
Okay, before we move on, let's acknowledge that AI can be complex and overwhelming. For anyone feeling a bit lost, it's okay to take it one step at a time. Start with what interests you, ask questions, and experiment.
Well said. Learning about AI should be exciting, not daunting.
Agreed. Now let's move on to the next chapter of our AI exploration. It feels like we've gone on this incredible journey through the AI world. From reasoning models to autonomous agents, it's amazing how much AI is already impacting our lives.
And the crazy thing is, this is still just the beginning. We're only starting to understand what AI is truly capable of.
It really makes you wonder, what's next? I mean, if we've come this far so fast, where will we be in 5, 10, 20 years?
It's exciting, isn't it? And to navigate this future, we need to be constantly learning. AI is always evolving, so we need to be adaptable and open to new ideas.
So it's not just about learning the latest AI tools, but also developing that flexible mindset.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to learn alone. There's a whole community of AI enthusiasts out there, people eager to share their knowledge.
Collaboration is key, especially in such a complex and fast-moving field. One thing that struck me during this deep dive is how everything is so interconnected. OpenAI pushes the boundaries of reasoning models, then Microsoft uses those advancements to create their autonomous agents, and both companies are exploring recursive AI.
It's like a chain reaction of innovation, each breakthrough building on the last.
Yeah, it's like a technological ecosystem. And it highlights how we need to think about AI holistically, considering how all these pieces fit together and impact the bigger picture.
Absolutely. As we move forward, we have to consider the ethical and societal implications. Make sure AI is used responsibly and benefits everyone.
Which brings us back to that idea of balance. It's amazing to see all these possibilities, but we can't lose sight of our human values. AI should enhance our lives, not diminish them.
It's a delicate balance for sure. We need open discussions involving not just the tech experts, but policymakers, ethicists, and everyday people.
We all have responsibility to shape the future of AI.
And remember, it's not just about the big tech companies. Every time we interact with an AI system, whether it's a chatbot or a voice assistant, we're playing a part in its development. Our choices, our feedback, it all shapes the AI landscape.
So we're not just passive bystanders, we're active participants in the evolution of AI. That's pretty powerful when you think about it.
It is. The future of AI isn't set in stone. We're creating it together right now.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of AI. It's been quite a journey, exploring all these advancements, the ethical questions, and the incredible possibilities. I hope you found it as insightful and fascinating as we have.
I hope it's inspired you to keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep contributing to this crucial conversation about AI's place in our world.
The world of AI is constantly changing, so stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. Until next time, keep those augmented voices amplified.